HQ Live News Roundup. I'm Connie Ensler, and here are today's headlines. There are concerns that Bolton could be going into lockdown again, with the town's infection rates currently over 15 times the national average. This Saturday marks the 4-year anniversary of the Manchester Arena bombing, as Mancunians remember the lives that were lost. Manchester Art Gallery has opened up a new art installation to showcase artwork created under the first national lockdown. But first, as much of England enjoys the further relaxation of restrictions, there are fears in Bolton of a potential local lockdown. Our reporter Rory Gannon has the story.
Greater Manchester might be welcoming step 3 out of the roadmap out of lockdown, but one borough is grappling to keep control of COVID. Bolton is now one of the worst hit areas in England with coronavirus. While the national average in England is 21 cases per 100,000, Bolton's rate of infection currently stands at 320 cases per 100,000, over 15 times the national average. As a result, concerns have been raised over the spread of the Indian variant of the virus in the community, and there are calls for a potential local lockdown in the town. Health Secretary Matt Hancock confirmed that nothing had been ruled out to control the spread of the variant in a press briefing on Monday. However, Council leader David Greenhalgh said that residents would resent a local lockdown in Bolton, saying there would be a danger of unrest in the borough. Surge testing has now been accelerated in the town, with the vaccination programme also being ramped up. Those who have not yet received a vaccine are now being offered one, as the majority of cases being discovered are in the younger population.
GMP has increased patrolling in Salford amid a rise in incidents related to anti-Semitism. Our reporter George Crayford spoke to Jewish councillor Ari Lettner about the rise of anti-Semitism in Salford.
Give me a sort of overview of what kind of scale we're talking about.
I'm not 100% sure of exactly how many of the incidents. I think it's more been a bit rolling. Some of these men and some of the vehicles are involved in quite a number of incidents. I haven't got exact details. I was on the phone just earlier with local officers. We're kind of putting together a statement, a report of exactly what's gone on. But as I say, it was for a couple of days. These incidents were kind of rolling. Some of them went on for a couple of hours. It has thankfully calmed down since the weekend. The police have been doing a lot of work behind the scenes. There's been a very, very high police presence in the area just to keep things calm.
If there are undoubtedly people out there who are conflating what's happening between Israel and Palestine and holding people in your community responsible, what would you say to someone who holds that belief?
Probably lack of information. I mean, in any fight, in any war, there's always two sides to the story. It's a difficult one. I mean, bottom line is Israel is, after all, it is the Jewish homeland, and people are prone to make that mistake. Not every British Jewish man has exactly the same views as a regular Israeli person. It's definitely Israel and Judaism, although they are tightly interlinked, are two separate entities. They are interlinked, there's no question about it, but they are separate entities, and I think people just need to understand that. Know what else to say. I mean, as much as everybody here just wants to live in peace. Everybody just wants to go about their lives, including the Jewish community. Everyone's following the news. Everyone sees what's going on. Everyone has their view. But it's one sometimes does have to separate it. I mean, by all means, I have people who ask me, and we can discuss, we can debate. Some people say, leave me out of it. It's nothing to do with me. Others do want to get into the debate, but if America were to go to war with a country and you have an American neighbor, you're not going to look at him and say to him, "Oh, you've invaded this country." Not everybody is in the same box, if you know what I'm saying. That's I think what it boils down to.
Yeah.
3 legal observers who attended the Kill the Bill demonstrations in the city centre on the 1st of May have lodged complaints of assault against Greater Manchester Police. The Network for Police Monitoring, or NetPol, says there have been increases in police targeting against protesters in recent weeks. NetPol also alleges that legal observers documented the presence of armed police officers at several protests, including on the 1st of May protest. A GMP spokesperson strongly denied this claim, saying no armed police officers were deployed for the protests. The Tactical Aid Unit is currently conducting an internal investigation into GMP after officers were accused of throttling a student. All trains and tracks in England will go back under government control. A new state-owned body called Great British Railways will be in charge of the railway system. Victoria Teal is reporting from Piccadilly Station.
Is always the same: cheaper and more transparent prices, more flexible ticketing, and better service. But in this case, prices might even go up since the pandemic brought huge losses for train services. Transport Secretary Tom Trapps told the BBC while fares were regularized for now, he could not give a guarantee for the future. What is interesting is that transport nationalisation is usually on the Labour agenda, like in Andy Burnham's case, but now it is a Conservative government implementing it. The Labour Shadow Transport Secretary, Nick McMahon, thinks the reforms are unlikely to work and said they lack substance. I'm here outside Manchester Piccadilly to hear what travellers must think about the plans based on their experience with nationalised transport. I'm not too understanding that yet. I mean, I think that we should be allowed to have private companies if we want. I don't think that we should control everything. I think that makes sense. I think that it's about it. If everything goes smoothly, no chaos, smooth software, everybody's on us.
A new art installation has opened up in Manchester Art Gallery, showcasing the talent of the nation during the first lockdown. Paolo Granelli reports.
During the course of his television show, Grayson's Art Club, Grayson Perry and his wife Philippa helped the nation through a trying time with the use of art, encouraging people to create and share their own works and selecting pieces to showcase via video calls with creators each week. After a delayed opening due to further COVID restrictions, an exhibition of this artwork is now in full swing, open to the public and displaying the work of more than 50 non-professional artists and celebrities. In a statement on behalf of the gallery, Grayson said that it will be a show about the joy and solace of making art, and a still moment to reflect on a situation that has affected everyone on the planet. The exhibition is showing in Manchester Art Gallery until the 31st of October, with advance tickets being required until the 20th of June. You can book online at the gallery's website.
A brand new £1 million food hall is opening up in the city centre today. The long-awaited street foodie spot has opened up in Barbioli Square, which was previously empty for almost a decade and has now been transformed into the sleek and modern Society Manchester. Several well-loved Manchester restaurants have taken up stalls in the 8,073 square feet space, including Indian restaurant Chat Cart and Doka's Pizzeria. Society will also home Vocation Brewery's first tap room in the city, offering over 30 beer taps and a range of guest beers in addition to their own. And now for the weather. You can expect consistent heavy rains today with a high of 11 degrees and a low of 9. The rain will continue into tomorrow, although it will turn into lighter showers, with temperatures up to 13 degrees. And that's all we've got for you today. Don't forget to follow us on social media at The Northern Quota, and make sure to tune in next week for more local news updates. Goodbye.